LDWMAC. This is your boy, the coach. You're live on the Coach's Show, live. Where do I start this video? You know, shout out to Jason Rose and Robert Henry, man. Because I always say, man, if these two, if they ain't told you about it, that means it probably never happened in the world of WMMA. Where do I start, y'all? Hype Job Harrison is at it again. But you guys want to know something, man? You know, I told y'all so. I told you guys about Hype Job Harrison. I tried to tell y'all, but you know, the problem on this channel is that people that type, and it's no knocking anybody. It's just you can't admit when you're wrong. I got videos where people deliberately, hey man, you wrong and blah, blah, blah. And then when it comes out, when I turn out to be right, these same people can't admit when they're wrong, okay? And I'm going to start calling people out, okay? As soon as I'm going to start calling you out by name, okay? I'm going to call you out by name when I realize that something that I've already told y'all that's going to happen. Part of the reason I told y'all that, you know, I'm not exactly out of the loop, okay? I've got people that I can talk to. Now, I mean, I'll never tell you who that is, but I do have people that I can talk to. And I'm telling y'all now, I told y'all that Kayla Harrison is so predictable. Okay? She's so predictable. You know, when Kayla Harrison was sitting here whining and crying, you know, about the PFL not having any matchups and she's allowed to go look elsewhere, many of you told me, you said, well, Kayla Harrison, you know, she can't fight because on the contract, it specifically states that she can't fight in the UFC or Bellator. You know, and I'm going to tell you how I knew that was BS. Because she was able to fight in the UFC's sister company in Invicta. Okay, she was able to do that. Now, how do you explain that? Okay, she's able to go to Invicta. And not only did she go to Invicta, Kayla Harrison selected her opponent. She selected her opponent. Because there's no real reason, okay? No real reason why Kayla Harrison couldn't have picked one of the top dogs in Invicta, but she didn't. She picked Courtney King. Courtney King was selected. And her and her team, they already agreed that they were going to take a fight that was predictable to make some in-between money, okay, with low risk. Completely low risk. Y'all don't want to listen to that either. So now Hype Job Harrison now is again calling out Cris Cyborg. Now, I get it. Okay, you know, Hype Job, you know, want to get hype next to her name because she's nothing but a big old stupid clout chaser. Because number one, the PFL, they're not having any matchups until mid-2021 and maybe even late 2021. So, I mean, how do you explain that, y'all? How the hell do you explain it? No matchups until late 2021. Okay, no matchups. So therefore, the chances of a Cris Cyborg fight happening is like next to nothing. And Kayla Harrison know that there's no chance that a Cris Cyborg fight can happen. It's not a chance. You know, Scott Coker, before Kayla Harrison, and I'm going to tell you why this is so important. Before Kayla Harrison even took the fight in Invicta and before, when Scott Coker and they, realized and learned that Kayla Harrison was unhappy with PFL and the PFL wasn't going to have any fights. You know, Scott Coker even threw it out there. He threw the bone out there and said, if Kayla Harrison want to make a fight, we'll do whatever we can to make the fight. And then all of a sudden this excuse come up with, oh, well, well, I can't fight anybody in the UFC or Bellator. See, that excuse came. And right up she had a fight with Courtney King, she called out Cyborg again, and Scott Coker again said, hey, we can make this fight. Okay, whatever you want to do, we'll make the fight. So now, wait, okay, so why not now? Why not go now and talk to the PFL and go negotiate a deal because you're the top star at PFL. Go negotiate a deal and say, hey, I want to fight Cyborg. Scott Coker said, yeah, we'll do a one-fight deal. Well, you fight Cris Cyborg. Okay, Scott Coker is all for that. He's for it. Kayla Harrison don't want that fight. And I'm going to tell you, I've heard more than one person in the MMA world say that Kayla Harrison really legit don't want the fight. Kayla Harrison going to go in there and get smoked. You struggled, okay, against Courtney King. Y'all want to talk about Valentina Shevchenko. And this the thing, man. No, nobody, why don't people talk about her? Why don't people talk about how she looked? She looked terrible against Courtney King. Courtney King was actually, punching her on the feet. And Courtney King was never touted as this great stand-up person. She was catching Kayla Harrison, kept popping Kayla Harrison in the chin, popping her. But nobody want to talk about how horribly Kayla Harrison performed. Oh, but she still got the stoppage. She still got the stoppage. Same thing with Valentina. You same people running around talking about, oh, well, Jessica Andrade is she's a real threat. She's a real threat. Well, I guess Courtney King was a real threat to Kayla Harrison because a lot of y'all didn't give Courtney King any chance. Courtney King actually did pretty well in that fight considering it was a short notice fight that Kayla Harrison was supposed to go in there and just completely obliterate this girl in the first round, right? Kayla Harrison was supposed to obliterate Courtney King. That didn't happen. It didn't happen right away. She struggled in parts of the fight. And we also see that Kayla Harrison's stand-up not there. Oh, we see that. And I'll give her that. She's really never been touted as, some great striking threat. But when she was forced to stand with Courtney King was actually getting the best of her on the feet. So, okay, I look at it like this. If she had issues taking Courtney King down in points of the fight, y'all know damn well this new refined Cris Cyborg that's actually, really putting her wrestling on display, putting her submission skills and jiu-jitsu on display. This version of Cris Cyborg that's doing that, Kayla Harrison gonna get her face knocked out. Kayla Harrison gonna get this big nose knocked through the other side of her head. I can tell you that now. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Kayla Harrison don't want that fight. You see, let me tell you, Kayla Harrison, she's one of these people, she's in this generation where these people, they don't want to work for what it is they need to get. No. See, you want to win some predictable fights against opponents that's not even high-ranked opponents, not even on your level. You want to fight these kind of people, but then you want to get clout by calling out the damn champ. And you ain't done, Cris Cyborg and Kayla Harrison should not even be mentioned in the same sentence because she ain't done nothing. She's got one quality opponent on her resume, and that's Larissa Pacheco. And she struggled against Pacheco. See, y'all want to know what went down with Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes? You see, Kayla Harrison being the arrogant-ass PG-13 channel that she is, okay? She tried to go in there and body Amanda Nunes up. She tried to body Amanda, okay? And when she tried to do that, Amanda got back to her feet, and Amanda beat the hell out of Kayla Harrison. They were supposed to do some light sparring, and I'm going to keep telling the story. They were supposed to do some light sparring. Now, Kayla Harrison trying to get all serious and, trying to big one up on Amanda Nunes as a champ. Hold on, y'all. Let that motorcycle ride by. Because, people like Kayla Harrison, they real braggadocious. So what they'll do, well, I was in a training session and, I slammed Amanda and see, if I could do that to Amanda, what do you think I'll do to Cyborg and everybody else in my face? See, Kayla Harrison is arrogant. She's very arrogant and she braggadocious, okay? And so Amanda just got up and beat the hell out of Kayla Harrison. Amanda beat her ass. I'm talking about like Amanda had Kayla Harrison in there folded up and crying. It is what it is. It is what it is. Because she thought that she was better than what she was. And she thought that her didn't stink. Well, she got her ass whooped up in there trying to mess with Amanda Nunes. And see, this is who she is. It's who she is. Nothing more but a hype job. And I'm going to tell you, the hype job going to get exposed. She got exposed fighting Courtney King. Everybody want to talk about Valentina Shevchenko got exposed. No, this who got exposed. This right here, this is who got exposed right here. Okay? And don't tell me she had a great fight against Courtney King. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that she had a great fight against Courtney King. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, we'll see. Because Scott Coker done called the bluff. Scott Coker done pulled the whole card. And pretty much he done said, look, if you want this fight, let's make the deal. So let's see who reach out to who. I guarantee you, it won't be Hype Job Harrison.